Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to watch. I just wanted to create this video just to give a very hopefully brief and quick overview and introduction to myself and why I decided to create this channel. So I am a 29-year-old African American. I'm from the state of New York. And I currently live in Africa, in a country in southern Africa named Namibia. Namibia, it borders South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Angola to the north. And yeah, I've been living here for just over 2 years. And I decided that there was a need maybe for me to really chronicle and share my experience as an African American who is living on the continent of Africa. I know like that before I came to Namibia, I'll make sure there's nobody looking at me. I know that before I came to Namibia, one of the things I really would have appreciated would have been like maybe a blog or like some sort of at least maybe YouTube video, just something like where I could hear from another African American or another person of African descent that had made the move to somewhere in the continent of Africa and was living and working there. One thing that, you know, for me would have been nice to hear about would have been their experience, especially as a person of African descent from the U.S. You know, our ancestors were brought to the United States, to North America, like over 400 years ago. And so, you know, I would love to hear from someone like, okay, 400 plus years later, like you made it back to Africa, you're living here, like what has your experience been like? You know, how were you welcomed? Like, how were you received? How did it feel? You know, and I really didn't find that much information or that many, you know, shared experiences from African Americans on the internet, which I was kind of surprised by. There were like very, very little, like there was just very little information from other African Americans or people of African descent that had come from, you know, maybe North America or Europe and were now living and working in Africa. So something I've been meaning to do for a while is create basically, or fill that void basically, and create my own, you know, YouTube channel, just chronicling my experience here on a wide variety of things, whether it's, you know, working or just living here, how I was received, the social scene, dating, taking care of natural hair. I mean, there's this whole like movement in the US with all these fantastic natural hair products, but honestly to me, like there's nothing available like in Namibia in terms of like a really quality natural hair product. So how do I take care of my hair, you know, as an African American female, like living here? What if I, you know, just what do I do? So yeah, I decided to create this channel. Sorry for the random noise. Like I'm on my patio and it's like Saturday afternoons, everybody's home. So yeah, I decided to create this channel just to basically share my experience. I'm hoping that I can really like through my experience encourage more people of African descent. Number one, to visit the continent. You know, I don't know, like we tend to like love to visit places like the Caribbean or just stay within our own borders. But when it comes to Africa, like it's like, you know, no one makes the trip, not that many of us at least. So I hope through my experience I can really, you know, like open people's minds up so that we have more people of African descent like visiting the continent. Of course, I would really, you know, like to dispel and break many of those stereotypes that exist about life in Africa. You know, I'm here. I've been here for over 2 years. I'm fine, you know, like people, you don't have to be worried about me. And honestly, like when you look at, or what I've been reading about what's been going on in Chicago, that's actually, you know, pretty scary. And I'm more afraid to go there than I am here in Africa. So, you know, when you hear people say things like, oh, be safe and, you know, Africa's dangerous and there's no utilities, and, you know, no water, it's not the case. Like, actually, you're missing out, like, because there's a lot going on. And I'm only in Namibia, so I can only imagine, like, what else is going on, you know, how much is going on around the continent. So I really want to break those stereotypes, as well as, you know, sometimes you hear people say things about Africans don't like African Americans and vice versa. Well, my experience has been that I've, for the most part, been really welcomed, and it's really been a phenomenal experience. And also, I would love to hear from other people of African descent that are living on the continent. What has your experience been like in whatever country you're in, living and working here? So I'd really also like to create like sort of a platform just to keep narrowing that gap within the diaspora, and just open it up for like cultural and information exchange as well. So that being said, welcome to my channel. Please, I'm open to suggestions, comments, questions from people that are maybe considering coming to Africa but have no clue, like what is it like, like living there, as someone maybe from the U.S. of African descent. So please, like questions, comments, suggestions for videos or whatever. I'll be carrying my digital camera around with me so that I can really start filming more of what I observe, so that I can share it with you guys on my channel. That being said, thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe and have a great day. Yeah, I'll just, as an aside, so I'm like sitting outside on my patio. It's like literally, I just checked the temperature, 98 degrees, and it's like 4:15 in the afternoon. Namibia is like an extremely hot country during its summer season. There's actually a winter season, but it really is nothing compared to, like, of course, a winter season in New York. But it's like really, really, really hot right now. So I don't want my little Mac to overheat, so I'm going to wrap things up. Yeah, but I'm sitting on my patio. I don't want to go outside because it's kind of awkward. I'll show you guys more of where I live later, but I'll just give you a brief look as to where I am. That's my patio. I live in like an apartment complex. So I don't know, I hope the video was good, but that just gives you a little quick view through the bars of this complex. It's really beautiful, like the landscaping. But yeah, it's actually super duper duper hot right now. 98 degrees at 4:15. The forecast for the next 5 days, every day is above 90 as well. This is February 2nd. It's the Namibian winter season. I'm sorry, summer season. So yeah. Again, thanks for watching, and yeah, till next time.